Good evening. Welcome to Vibin with Ashley Live. I'm your host, Ashley Live. I'm so excited for tonight's guest, episode 247 of my show. So very excited to bring R&B pop singer, songwriter, and performer born in the DR and raised in Brooklyn, Ayden. So from writing and producing for artists like Mario, Keisha Cole, and Vivian Green, to touring with Jennifer Lopez as her lead male vocalist, Ayden has carved his path with undeniable talent and soul. Now stepping into the spotlight with his debut EP For What It's Worth, released on September 19th, Ayden blends late 90s and 2000s R&B nostalgia with a modern edge, cementing his spot as one of R&B's most exciting new artists to watch. Ayden is with us, so let's bring him onto the stage. Ayden,
Ashley, what's up?
how
How you
are
doing?
you?
I'm doing good. I heard that beautiful intro, and I must say you're amazing at what you do.
Oh,
I'm
thank
a,
you
I'm
so
a,
much.
I'm a little sad that it took 247 episodes to get me on, but
I
we're here
know,
now.
but the thing is, you and I met in real life in June. And so you were working on this project, and I've been working with your team very close, and the project is finally out.
How do you feel? I mean, did you listen to it?
I did. I love it. I think it's so good. So for those of you that don't know, I met Ayden at a talent showcase back in June. They were doing music. What was it New York Music Month, right?
New York Music Month.
Yeah.
Denzel White Entertainment put together this
Yeah.
incredible show,
Yes.
and when you were there.
I was there. Yeah. So the reason I was there is because someone I interviewed previously was performing, Marissa Ann. And
Oh,
so yeah, she's amazing. And so I had interviewed her, but I never met her in real life. So I'm like, I want to come to this showcase. So I met her in real life, and then I saw all these amazing artists, and Ayden was one of them. Saw him perform. He said his new project was coming out, and I was like, hey, Ayden, you want to come on this show? So here we are.
I said yes in June. I did
You
say
did
yes
say
in
yes
June.
in June. It's just we had to go
But
through some other channels to get it all figured out. But
yeah,
the project is out in the universe. How does it feel?
I feel amazing. I mean, it took I want to say like a year and a half to get here.
Yeah.
Just recording a bunch of records and just trying to figure out what it was that I wanted to convey through the music.
Mhm.
And all of these stories on the project are real. So it was, do I want to say this? Do I want to put this out? But
Yeah.
I'm really excited and I feel really blessed to be able to share it with the world at this point.
Yeah. There's a lot of vulnerability, honesty, and like you said, some things maybe you don't want to say, but it's got to feel a type of way when you sing it and then it's released. So, what does that feel like?
Yeah, it's like you're just putting yourself out there, right? Because as long as it's in my studio or on my phone or my computer, it's like it's cool. All right, we did the song, and it feels great when you love your own music. But then when you put it out and now it's out for the world to judge, it's a
Yeah.
scary thing, right? But I feel good. I feel good. I feel relieved. I feel like all right, it's out there. So now I could do anything now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that sense of accomplishment, and it's like my project, it's here. What's the reception that you're getting from fans and from people that are just finding out about you?
So funny enough, a lot of people who already knew me and who have been listening to the music prior, because I've released a couple of singles, and before that I was doing Latin music. So there,
Yep.
I have some amazing. I call them my family because they've been supported from the beginning, right? So I don't
Mhm.
call them fans. I think that's a little weird, but um, I have this support team and family of people who are just like, no, it's just so unexpected. I didn't expect certain records from you. So
Yeah.
so like outside and stupid simple, if you listen to the project or if you haven't, please check it out. But if you listen to the project, some of those songs feel kind of like who I am as a person. And then I got into a personality and took on some songs as an actor would, right? Like a role.
Mhm. Yeah.
So it's a different side of Aiden that I really wanted to show through this music. So people are surprised, but they're loving it, and we're happy to switch it up a little bit.
I love that. So, okay, so the title of the EP, For What It's Worth, very powerful. What does that phrase mean to you, and why do you feel it captured the essence of the project?
I mean, I've been through a lot to get to the project, right? So like
Mhm,
life, real life, things from a car accident to where I had to get back surgery and start walking again and just dealing with a lot of with the pains and the residual issues that came from that.
mhm,
And then really dealing with love and heartbreak and trying to fix that and trying to mend those situations and relationships. So for me, the one thing that those relationships and everything has taught me is just put it in a song. Just
mhm,
that's my outlet. That's been my form of therapy. So I was like, you know what? I don't know what to name the project. You know, I can name it one of the song, like one of the songs on the EP.
yeah,
But all I know is that after all I've lived, I have this music. For what it's worth, I'll always have this music. I'll always have this testimony.
mhm,
So I was saying that to myself, and I was like, for what it's worth. Oh shoot! Like no matter what, I'll always have this for what it's worth. The heartbreak left me with the music, so that's the title of the project, and that's the inspiration behind it.
mhm. Yeah, I like that you named it something different, but it just kind of came to you and you felt it like
Yeah,
it was just like an easy fit.
yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah,
if you listen to the project, you'll hear the if you play close attention, you'll see the love story and how it starts and how it ends and where I'm
mhm,
at today. The last project is definitely where I'm at. I'm in a great place, but again, for what it's worth, I always have this music and the success that'll come from it because we believe in it, right? So
yeah, and like the evolution of a relationship because there's so many there's so many emotions you go through when you're with somebody, right? It's like
literally,
it's good, it's bad, you want to run them over with your car, you know what I mean? Like all these things.
Ashley, I don't know
Hey,
about
I
the
said
road.
that. You didn't have to say it. I said it for you.
Okay, well, yeah,
Don't
you know
come for
what's so,
Ayden. Come for
but
me. Come for me.
please,
It's
I
fine.
don't want to run anybody over with my car. I actually got ran over, so I don't want to do that. No. But I get what you're saying. It's just the ups and downs. It's
Yeah.
tough. This and it doesn't even when you listen to certain songs on the project, they're not specific to a romantic relationship. Like, there's a song called Stupid Simple on the project, and you could apply it to anything. It's like as like if we just keep things simple, the communication, the flow, the love, keep that at the core, then I think we could do anything, right? And you could apply it to a bad relationship that you may have with a parent or
Yeah.
a sibling or so I wanted the music to be universal and people to be able to feel it no matter what the situation was. Because I know a lot of people who are happily in love, but then dealing with the heartbreak of not having a parent love them the way they want to be loved. So
Yeah.
music, I want my music to be able to be used in different ways. So
Hmm. Yeah. And not just in the romantic relationship, but
exactly.
in anything you're going through, because life is crazy sometimes. And yeah, when I think you stay rooted in love and you just say, I want to come from a place of love,
Yeah,
whatever is going on around me, like you gotta stay grounded in that.
yeah.
Love that. So, what inspired these stories and emotions behind the project?
um what inspired these stories? Some of these stories are mine, but some of these stories are also stories that I just had conversations with my friends. So like I'll
Yeah.
sit in the studio and I believe in collaborating. I love collaborating with people who I look up to and have a lot of respect for. So one of the artists that you actually saw at the showcase is featured on the Outside song. So if you hear like at the end there's like there's this voice, it's her. So her name is Cola Ray and she happens to be one of my closest friends. So
Yeah.
her and I will sit in the studio. There a lot of people, a lot of songwriters and producers, and we'll sit down and have conversations. And sometimes it's not even about the music, right? Sometimes it's just like, yo, what's up with you and your girl? Oh, we broke up. She was cheating on me. And now we're like, oh shoot, she was outside. And then
Mm,
it's like, wait a minute, that's a song. And
yeah.
then you was really outside.
Yeah.
That becomes the power of storytelling.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
very powerful. And I like how you use other conversations with your friends to kind of inspire you because maybe you didn't go through 100% of everything on the album, but it kind of maybe it just kind of set something off and you're like, oh, that would be a really good song lyric, or that made me think a little bit deeper than normal.
Or something that I've been through before that I might not be going through in the moment, because I
Mm,
think that the power of storytelling and the power of songwriting is that you get to tell these stories that the world can relate to, right? So at some point, we all go through, most of us go through the ups and downs of relationships. I want to say all of us, right?
Yeah.
So just because in that moment I may not be feeling that way, it's not that I'm not familiar with the feeling. So if somebody happens to bring it up, it's like, oh, let me tap into that and
Yeah.
create this moment because there are people who are feeling this way. So outside is not, it's not in that moment wasn't a real story, but I've been,
Yeah.
people are outside.
People are crazy. People are crazy. And I think the
Yeah,
craziest relationships, in a way, make the best songs. If you think of over time and you think of some of the greatest R&B songs or pop songs ever written, it's just like that was coming from a place of heartbreak or, somebody just not being able to attain something they wanted to obtain. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's just like you think of some of like the greatest R&B songs of all time. Like something that comes to mind is In My Bed by Drew Hill. Like
crazy,
amazing song, right?
crazy.
But like he was hurting so bad,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But like we all know that song is one of the most like iconic songs ever written.
I mean, somebody's sleeping in my bed. I mean, that's
Yeah, and it's
crazy.
it's another dude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's crazy. Or I mean, if one of my favorite artists, like Usher, to me is like such a huge inspiration. But like that whole Confessions album, and
Mm,
it goes back to kind of what I was saying. Later on, I found out. I don't know if everyone knew from the beginning, but I was a kid listening to this music, and then I found out later on that these songs were about Jermaine Dupri, his relationships, and he
mm.
was a producer on it, and then Usher just as the artist brought those songs to life. So it was really cool to see and be inspired by that. But like, yeah, that it's crazy. Like Jermaine Dupri really went through some things, huh?
He sure did. And I mean, I think everybody knows that Confessions album, and it was like, what is happening with this? But for you to say that it was, Jermaine Dupri and not Usher. I mean, I think some of it was Usher. I mean, we think
Yeah,
that some of it was about Chili from TLC, but like, is he really going to admit to some of it? Like, because then he's like really putting his business out there,
right, right, right.
right?
We still love both of you guys. We still, we love Chili,
Hey,
we love
we
Usher.
we
I don't
we
care.
love everybody. I think, and we're talking about some major hitters in the music
Yeah,
industry. We're talking about TLC. We're talking about Jermaine Dupri, Usher,
yeah,
iconic people in
absolutely.
R&B. Like you think of their body of work and what they've touched, what they've done for music. So
Yeah, and to be able to like tap into those feelings to give us that, right? What a gift. So yeah,
definitely.
that's where I'm at. That's what I want to do.
Yeah. So you touched on this a little bit, but I kind of want to dig into this a little bit more. So can you walk me through the creative process of the lead single Outside and how it took shape?
Oh, so the creative process so let's say in general, right? So I'll set up a session, I call a bunch of producers, a lot of my friends, and I'll be like, yo, I want to just kind of have music. So I have this folder of music, and me and my friends who are writers will sit there and we'll start making melodies to whatever inspires us at the moment, right? So sometimes it's an up tempo, sometimes it's a slow ballad or whatever the case may be. So I
Mhm.
happen to have Michael Martinez, who is a producer on this record. He sent me, I'm going to say about 5 beats, and we worked on others. And then that track was just kind of sitting there, and we were just talking and laughing. And again, it stemmed from a like, yo, how's your girl doing? And,
Yeah.
oh, we're not together. And it's like, oh, sorry, my apologies. And then it kind of turned into like, yo, let's do some melodies to this. And we started doing melodies to the song, and the melodies were so beautiful um, that I wanted to counter it with something that didn't feel as pretty. Because
Mhm.
sometimes we listen to, like, if I listen to just the melody, it doesn't sound like a heartbreak song.
Yeah.
But I wanted it to counter with some. So I asked him like, is it okay if we use your story? And then the song just kind of wrote itself, and I just had to go in there and hopefully I did a good job singing it.
Oh,
But that's what we
um,
did.
amazing job, guys. The lead single is Outside. If you haven't heard it, please go listen to it. Support this project. It is so, so, so good. So now that it's out in the world, how do you feel you've grown as an artist since the project?
Ah, wow. That's a great question. I just at this point I feel a little fearless. I just there's so I set so many expectations for myself. I want to give you guys, anybody who's consuming the music, just the best version of Ayden all the time. But sometimes that's just not what people care for,
Right.
right? So it's like they want to see the real, they want to see the raw, they want to feel, they want to get to know you. So at this point, I'm just like, yo, I just want to put out everything, whether people want to hear it or not. Maybe people will tell me to shut up and stop putting out music, but it's it the great thing about putting out this project is that I no longer feel like I have to hold on to anything because people are embracing it and loving all different dimensions of who I am. So now I can freely do that, and not be afraid.
Yeah, it's like you puff your chest out and you're confident and you're like, "Okay, I got some more for you. Like this
Yeah,
is me." And it's like you're stepping into your own as an artist, and when you get that acceptance and you have old fans but new fans come to you and you're like, "Oh my gosh, this was so amazing. I'm so happy that I follow you, that I'm listening to this project." And it's got to be such a fun feeling.
yeah, absolutely.
Hmm.
So, how do you? Let me ask you a question because you're doing the interview.
Yeah.
But what's been your favorite song on the project? I just want to know for my research.
I personally like outside because I saw you perform
Oh,
outside
okay.
at the showcase. Okay, so you guys, if you haven't seen Ayden perform, he has
Oh,
like these two girls that dance alongside him, and I was like, "Woo!" Because like normally when I see somebody sing R&B, they kind of just sing up there. It's just them and the mic. It's the focus is all on them. But then I think your dancers and just like how involved you are with them,
yeah.
it's really captivating to watch.
Much love and respect, and a special shout out to the Bond twins and
Yes, they
this.
are gorgeous. They definitely know how to dance. Where did you find them?
I mean, we've been friends for a long time. Just being, in
Yeah,
in the music industry, you meet people that you like fall in love with and build
yeah.
these bonds with. And they've been killing it. They've been on tour with Cardi B. They've done like and every celebrity you could think of, and they were kind enough and gracious enough to want to be a part of what I'm doing. So whenever I have a show, I just kind of call them up and see if they're available, and they show up for me. Them, and then of course the choreography team. So Frankie, the artist, he's an incredible choreographer. Tori, now, like my whole team, it's just so many people involved that just kind of show up and help put together what you saw that evening.
Yeah. Yeah. So guys, if you haven't seen Ayden perform, you have to see this live. Like this is a whole like vibe, and I hope you have some more shows coming up to promote the album.
I'm planning my own. I'm
Okay.
planning my own. Yeah, it'll be a longer set. I'll
Yeah.
definitely invite you. You got to be there if you're available. But
Definitely.
yeah,
Oh my God, I have to be there because like when I saw the showcase, I saw a bunch of artists, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, they're all so good in their own right.
everybody, right? Yeah.
There was so much talent in that room, and it was so cool to know at least one person there. And then I got to meet most of you guys afterwards, so I was very grateful for that experience and to be in a room of such amazing creators. And Denzel, big shout out to Denzel for putting it all together. I know he put his heart and soul into it. And Denzel, please come on my show.
I'm gonna let him know. I'm gonna hit him up. I'm gonna say, hey, you've been dodging Ashley. We need you to get on Ashley Live. You're amazing. So I want everybody to talk to you.
Oh, you're so sweet. So I want to talk about the beginnings, right? So talk about your upbringing in the Bronx. Like, how did it influence the artist that you are today?
The Bronx. The Bronx is well, New York in general, but the Bronx is a melting pot of just different just cultures and races, ethnicities. Like there's people all over the place are in this bubble where us Dominicans we like to call it a sancocho, right?
Mhm.
And a sancocho is a stew, and you put in plantains and yuca and all these vegetables, and that's what I feel like it felt like growing up in the Bronx because my parents were listening to certain music outside in the house, and they were very diverse in what they listened to. So they would listen to Usher, but then they were also listening to Mark Anthony, right? So I
Mhm.
got that in the house, but literally walking down the street, I can hear whether it was reggae music or reggaeton or so I was able to really hone in on every side of music. I had that experience in being able to experiment with all of it. So one day I woke up and I sang a bachata, but the next day I was like, oh, let me call my Jamaican friend and see if I could do a reggae record.
Yeah.
Like, why did I do that? But the exposure, right? Just being able to have that access really molded me into the artist that I am today. I think no place can do that but New York.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're so lucky to grow up in such a place that, right, there's so many different influences. Like you think of like
Yeah.
Mark Anthony, but then you think of Marvin Gaye, and then you think of like what you hear in the streets, what your parents listen to, what you listen to, and then you kind of are just trying to find your voice at that point.
Right. And if you know New York or you know the Bronx, you know that what your neighbor is listening to, you're also listening to it.
Yes.
So
Not
so
by choice.
I didn't have the option of saying like I don't want to hear this. I had to listen to everything. You know what I'm saying? So that was that at that time it was a pain in the butt. But right now I could say I'm really grateful to have had all of these influences and I made my own sancocho
Right.
in what this music is for me. You know?
Yeah. And that's what makes you who you are as an artist.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Amazing. So you started out in an R&B group, but then you went to the solo route. So what did you learn during that time and how it helped you create music now?
So the R&B group, we were in high school, and
Mhm.
I was fortunate enough to get into a performing arts school, and I met people who are to this day my good friends, and we created this group. We ended up getting a record deal. We did the whole thing, right? Like you know, every great artist I think gets signed and then gets dropped. So I
Yeah.
had that story. But the group was pivotal to my growth because I was able to learn voices and learn how to harmonize and learn how to sing with others. So now my music, if you listen to it, is I like to create this world where you'll hear it and the backgrounds are just as pivotal and important as the lead vocals and I want to just create this sound, right? So I think the group really helped me build that because if not, I would just probably not be a very good singer at all.
Yeah, because then you can learn and then you see your strengths and weaknesses and then you learn how to like deal with people, right? And the focus just isn't on you. It's kind of like as the
Yeah.
like as a whole, the group as a whole, you know?
Yeah, and then you learn from each other. So it's like, what are you good at? What are you great at? Let me take that from you, and vice versa. So it was
Yeah.
pivotal to me vocally, especially. I mean, growing up as a man, just being around other people and having to share the spotlight is crazy. Like you know, it just really molded me. But vocally, I credit the group for just teaching me how to be a singer.
hmm So your sound is inspired by late 90s, early 2000s R&B. Who were some of your biggest influences other than like Usher growing up?
Man, we love Usher, we love Chris Brown, we love Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
Did I say MJ? Of course, Michael
Oh,
Jackson.
you
Like,
didn't, but you have to.
yeah, you know what's funny? I was literally watching This Is It because when This Is It came out,
Mhm.
I don't know when it came out, but I was too young to understand how great everything he was doing was at that time.
Yeah.
And now watching it, literally last night I was watching it just for
Mm.
inspiration, and I was like, wow, like he was involved in every detail. Like there's no, for me, there's no debate that he will forever be the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
So there's MJ, there's Stevie, there's Usher. On the women's side, there is Beyonce. There's so many incredible artists that I look up to and hope that I can emulate a little bit. Just follow in their footsteps.
Yeah. And so you've worked with artists like Mario, Keisha Cole, Vivian Green, some heavy hitters. What's one moment or piece of advice from those collabs that stuck with you?
One moment. So working with Mario was incredible. Working with every artist that you mentioned, I learned something different from each one of them. They
Yeah.
were all really kind and professional. Keisha was somebody who was to me the most relatable in the
Mhm.
sense that, you know, being in the studio with her, you feel comfortable. You felt like, oh, this is your homegirl. Like you
Yeah.
really like y'all probably went to school together. This is the kind of girl that I felt like I knew. Um, but Mario, I had the coolest experience with him because we were working on a record. And when we left the studio, I want to say it was 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. Because you know these sessions just
Yeah.
go on forever.
Mhm.
And he said, "Yo, bro, we were in Manhattan. We were in the city." He was like, "Yo, where do you live? Are you good?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna hop on a train. These are the times where I'm hustling. I'm super young, just trying to, you know. I'm like, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna get on this train." And
Mhm.
he's like, "Bro, I got you." Gets in the car. He's like, "Yo, get in the car. I'm gonna drop you." So now I'm sitting in the car with Mario, somebody
Mm.
who I just kind of, not kind of, but literally looked up to. and emulated vocally and all these things. And he was like, "Yo, you're amazing. You just got to keep working hard." And it wasn't anything that he said, but what he did that stuck out to me the most because it showed me humility.
Mhm.
He already had Let Me Love You. He was already like the superstar, right? But for me to be able to just be like, yo, I'm sitting in his car, he's willing to drop me off somewhere to make sure that I'm good. I'm a brand new, like he doesn't know me. That just really showed me like it doesn't matter how far you get or how big you become, humility is what's gonna keep you where you want to be. So I think that's one of the biggest lessons I've had from an artist. It came from him.
And that just speaks volumes about him as a person,
Yeah.
right? Because you're like, he doesn't know who I am, but he also said that I'm amazing and to just keep on doing what I'm doing. So that's got to feel so incredible, right? To have someone be like, hey, keep on doing it. You got this. You put the work in, like, you're going to do it.
I mean, imagine being in a situation with somebody, first of all, that you look up to, right? And then you get to be in the room with them. And then you're working with them, and then they're like, yo, I got you. I'm gonna make sure you're good. And then they say, you're incredible in your own right. Keep doing what it literally just put me on this path of you gotta do it, you gotta believe in yourself. Other people see you for what you can be, and just remain humble in that no matter where you go in life.
Yeah. And I think people definitely recognize the humility and kindness that people have. They always remember who was nice to them,
Yeah.
right? For no reason. Like people, like some people are like, I only want to be nice for a certain reason, but it's just like when you're just kind to everybody around you and someone's like, hey, I remember the first time you met me and you were just really nice to me. Like that's amazing to hear and to know that he had that effect on you. And I'm sure countless other people that know him have said
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah, because it's actually really funny because I know a lot of people who aren't Mario and aren't as kind. So it's interesting to me to see somebody be,
Yeah.
be at that level and be that kind and polite and caring. So that was a great experience for me.
Hmm. So let's talk about your time touring with Jennifer Lopez. What
Uh-oh.
was this experience like, and how did it prepare you for your journey as a solo artist?
So J Lo, I mean, New York, right?
I mean,
She's
she is New York. She's all five boroughs.
yeah, she's definitely another person who I kind of just grew up just watching. I think she probably was my first crush. Don't tell her that or don't show her this interview because
Hey, whoa, wait,
we
whoa,
got to
wait.
be
First off, we
professional.
all have a crush on J Lo.
We
All
got
of
to be
you.
professional though, you know.
We all do. Like she's like, iconic. She's
Yeah.
stunning.
Yeah. So I got the opportunity to work with her for the It's My Party tour. And it was for her celebration. She was turning 50 at that time. It's hard to even think about because seeing her do slides on the floor on her knees and just the things that she was doing and the way that she still looks like she's 32.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
um I got the opportunity to work with her through Kim Burse and Stevie Mackey. They called me in. I had met her previously, and at that time it wasn't right. My grandmother was ill. I decided to come back to New York, so I got to spend my last moments with her.
Mhm.
And then they remembered me like 3 years later. And when they were getting ready for the tour, they called me. They asked me if I was interested. I didn't have to audition again,
Mhm.
and I just had I just had the job, so I came in and we prepared for the tour. I was a background singer at the time, and I had just released a single in Spanish, and it was doing well in the Dominican Republic. And my producers were like, "What are you doing? Why would you abandon what you're doing?" And I said, "Trust me, I got this."
Yeah.
And then I ended up, you know, opening up for her
Yeah.
because I just I have this I don't know if it's delusion or this confidence that I just feel like, once I meet people, I can my talent and what God has given me can be a force to allow me to just kind of open doors, right?
Mhm.
So I attribute it all to my relationship with God, but I just have so much confidence in that I just knew that taking that tour and taking that leap was going to lead to other things. So while no one else saw it, I was like, I got this. We're good. And then I ended up opening for her. My first show was in Tel Aviv in front of 75,000 people. So
Amazing.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Personally and professionally, what does that
Mhm.
feel like?
I didn't have time to feel Ashley. There was no time to think about anything.
Yeah.
I remember being on a plane to Tel Aviv. I remember getting stats on how my song was doing and the airplay that it was getting in the Dominican Republic at the time, and I shared it with the team. And Benny Medina, J Lo's manager, goes, "Well, do you want to open up for her?"
Mhm.
I'm like, "What do you mean? Like, what? That's a weird question. Like, of course. Like, how does this happen? How does this work, right?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Okay, well, sound check is, I want to say it was the next day or like 2 days after. Go to the lighting guy, tell him what you want. Go to the sound people, tell them what you want. You're ready, right?" He said, "Are you ready?" I'm like, "I'm ready." I wasn't ready. I didn't have anything. I had tour clothes. I didn't have anything. Um, so then I'm on the phone as soon as I land, calling people, the time difference, just waking people up. Like, I need the music for this. I need this. I need that. And we figured it out. Um, and it was incredible. I mean, I stepped out there. I didn't have time to be nervous. I didn't have time to think about anything. I just saw a sea of people, and I sang my little heart out. And then
Yeah.
I went backstage, and then I sang her backgrounds. and then and then she said to me, "It's hard, right? You see, it's not that easy." And I said, "It's not that easy, but I'm ready." And she kept me on for the rest of the tour.
Amazing. Yeah. I mean, 75,000 people. Edwin just said that in the chat. That is, you look out and it's just endless amounts of people, right? And you're like, and I like how you said, yeah, I'm ready, but you're like, I am not ready. I'm terrified, but I'm just going to throw myself into the ring. And I think you always have to be ready, even if you don't feel it, and just like go with it. Because who else is getting a call to sing background vocals for J Lo and then have the opportunity to open for her? Like that is once in a lifetime.
Literally, I'm the first person to ever do that. So you know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Yeah,
like, you
yeah,
can, when will you be ready? You're never ready. You If you
never.
think about being ready, it's like
Yeah,
you'll never be ready, right? And that goes back to your question earlier about how do you feel about the release of your EP. Now I feel ready. I force myself to be that way because it was like I'm always thinking about how can I make this song better.
yeah,
Doesn't even matter. People probably won't appreciate the things that you hear in your head, or it's too much. Sometimes you just got to be ready when the world is ready for you. So I embraced that moment, and it was incredible.
yeah. They say fake it till you make it, right? Like,
Absolutely.
because you're scared, you have all these emotions, you're just like, so where does this confidence come from? Like, is it something you always have in you, or is it just kind of something like, I'm just gonna throw myself and just pretend?
No, my confidence comes from just overcoming. I think that we all just, especially in New York, you got to be ready. Like,
Yeah.
people are always smart mouth. We always trolling. Like, there's always somebody always got something to say. So just growing up in that environment, it's like it could really destroy you. So you got to either be really strong and confident, or you got to get ready to get verbally beat up, right? So for me, it
Hmm.
was like, nah, we're not doing that. So the confidence stems from a little bit of bullying, and definitely from my relationship with God and knowing who He is in my life. So I just walk in that light.
And that speaks so much of you as an artist. And like when I saw you perform, I was like, yes, he's very confident. Like he is passionate, and that's something that I felt when I saw you perform. And like it just comes across. Like I was telling you earlier, it's like when someone does something they're passionate about, or they're speaking about something they're passionate about, they light up in a different way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that means so much.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm really glad you saw me, that you feel that way about me. I really, that means a lot.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
taken a
and
lot of hard work to get here.
yeah, I know, and I could tell because we saw a lot of people. I think there were 5 or 6 different performers that came on that night, and I believe you were the last, either the second to last or the last one.
The last one, yeah.
You were the last one, yeah. And it's just there was something about that performance and the dancers and like just really. It really spoke to me, and I was like, I got to talk to you. And so I'm so happy that we were able to meet face to face, have a great conversation, and now we're here.
Yeah, I love that you were able to not pay attention to the technical issue and the sound and the stuff that
No,
I was stressed out about. I love that. Thank you for your
no, no,
grace.
no. Because I know like artists are very like I know a lot of artists are perfectionists and they're like, hey, when I do a song, I'm not doing it in one take. I'm doing 47 takes and then I might come back to it. Like artists are perfectionists in every form, right? And yes, there were technical difficulties, but everybody up there had difficulties, and it wasn't really a them problem. It was like a mic check one, two, and then there was like the band and stuff. So that does not mean anything because you can't do anything about the mic or the volume or
Yeah, yeah,
anything
yeah.
like that. You just got to go with it, rock it, and do the best you can. And it was a phenomenal performance.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you. Can I keep you? Can we just go everywhere together so you can
Yes, we
gas me
can.
up?
I can be like your little like MC,
Gee.
and I can just like, well, when you walk in the room with your confidence, I'll come through with my confidence as well.
Hey, we love it. We love it. Are you from New York, Ashley?
No, I'm from upstate, like upstate Syracuse.
Oh, okay. The energy is real, is real like you from the city. Like I love it.
I know. I've
I
so
sort
I've
of
been here for many years.
got it.
Went to school in Jersey for radio and have lived in Queens for a number of years. So when you talk about like the music outside and how you have to listen to it, my neighbor blasts music, the people outside blast it, and I'm just like, I don't want to hear it, but then I turn my music on just a little bit louder. So yeah, I guess you could say I'm New York.
It's the battle. It's the battle of the songs in New York City,
I'm like, no, I think what I'm listening to is much better than what you're listening to.
especially at summertime. New York City in the summer, it's
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's just like, hey, like who can put their music the loudest?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the Roots Picnic has become such a staple for real music lovers, and you perform there
I
in
did.
June. So what did that opportunity mean for you as an artist and have that sound on the stage?
I mean, the pressure, right?
Yeah.
Like as we are escalating, things are getting bigger and bigger. So I'm like, okay, roots. Like first of all, the roots themselves are incredible,
Oh
right?
my God.
So just being anything associated to them is incredible. I actually sang with Sting and Shaggy and got to
Mhm.
meet them.
Yeah.
So all of that is just like top tier. But then doing the festival, I was like, this is mine. I'm performing. It's my set. People are gonna be locked in, looking at me like, is he ready for this moment?
Yeah.
And I took my girls with me, the Bond twins again. We went and I think we put on a great show. Philly was rocking, man. They really showed love. I was scared because New York, Philly,
Yeah.
we got this thing, but
We do.
but but Philly showed love, and I can't wait to go back and keep doing more and more with them. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, like you said, the Roots, iconic, legendary
yeah,
band. And for them to put this picnic on every year in Philly is amazing. They have some heavy hitters. And I love that you were part of that. I mean, just for them to say, like, hey, come and do your thing. Like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
massive.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've gotten some pretty cool cosigns at this point. I can't deny that I'm super blessed. Like doing that picnic was incredible. I mean, everybody else was super massive and all these superstars, and my parents got to go and they got to watch me, but then they were like, "Oh, okay, we're gonna go watch Jagged Edge and all these other people that we really probably want to see more than you, but we're not gonna tell you that." But it definitely was a blessing being there, and I'm just taking every moment in and enjoying the ride.
Hmm. Hmm. So I guess there's a question in the chat that I want to ask you. It's from Catherine, and she says, "What was the hardest track to write on the EP?"
Oh, that's a good question. What was the hardest track to write on the EP? Uh, that is a great question. Um, the hardest. Okay, so I'll be honest. The hardest song for me to write is probably not on this EP.
Hmm.
Um, Everything else just kind of was flowing. But it's probably Best I Ever Had, the first song on the
Hmm.
EP. And it's because again, it was part of the transformation of showing a different side. It's a little more aggressive than what I normally am, right? It's a part of who I am, but it's
Hmm.
just the way that I communicate through this track is not how I would maybe communicate on a day-to-day basis. So I wanted to really tap into that side. And it took some adjusting, and I had to feel a little uncomfortable, and I had to kind of get over it and say, "Yo, just go record this." And I think that's probably the hardest. And funny enough, people are coming back and saying, "I didn't expect that song from you, but I love it," and they're really
Yeah.
enjoying it. So there's definitely feels good to have put that on there.
And I think in some of those difficult moments is when you truly grow as an artist,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because if you
You
kind
don't
of
want to
just
be put in a
do,
box.
yeah, because if you just keep doing the same thing, right? But like, I think growing and pushing yourself and having fear, right? Like going on stage in front of 75,000 people, like, were you terrified?
Crazy. I mean, no, I
You,
wasn't
you
actually.
weren't.
I wasn't. I didn't have time to think about it. They thought I was like, they're like, go on stage right now, or don't go on stage and you'll miss your opportunity. I didn't have time to think about it. I think I was more scared after. I was like, oh shoot, and then I found out that she watched it.
Oh,
Like she sat in her room and they had a monitor where she was watching the stage and she watched the performance. So I was more scared to then face her after she has this thing where we'll do an after show and she usually celebrates and we'll get together and she's like, yeah, so I watched and I'm like, oh, I think that was I think that was scarier. But and then after that, every other show that I did, I really got to sit in that moment and be and feel the nerves and feel all the things because now I knew that they were coming up, right?
mhm.
But for the first show, it was like you better go out there and just do what you got to do because this just happened. It happened really quickly, and you got to kill it in order to keep doing it. So I didn't have time to think about the first one. The others, yes,
But then for her to say she saw it, I mean, it's a good thing they didn't tell you before that she was going to see it because
yeah,
you
that
would
would
have
have been
freaked
bad.
out.
That would have been bad. That
It
would
would
have
have
been
been bad. Like,
who
I've heard of people, like very big people, saying, oh my gosh, someone specific was in the crowd and they're just freaked out. Like, I saw Charlie Puth the other day at Blue Note. He did a
Mhm.
residency
Yeah.
and he was phenomenal. And so he said, hey, I think Robert Glasper's in the house. Is he here? And he was in the back and he held his hand up and he goes, I'm a huge fan of yours. Like, I like don't know how I can continue this show. And it was crazy when you think somebody on Charlie Puth's level is like nervous because
Yeah.
somebody that he admires is in the crowd.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think that'll ever change, right? I think that there's
Yeah.
some certain people that we just look up to and that we love so much. Like, please don't ever tell me like that Usher or Beyonce or Chris is in the audience to ever see me. I don't want to hear about it. I want to see them after, and we can have a conversation. But those are, there's people that you love and that you look up to. So no matter what, there's a certain level of nerves, and Jennifer being one of those people, um, definitely. Definitely, I'm glad nobody told me, but it was cool to get her feedback and be like, "Yeah, it was hard. You were working the stage. You went over there, but it's a huge stage. I see you're tired, huh?" Like, she made light of it and she made me feel really good and confident about doing it again.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that I think that was the scariest part when I found out that she was watching after.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And knowing that you're doing your craft and somebody as iconic as J Lo is just like watching you and you're like,
she's
oh
my
my gosh,
boss
do I
twice. She's letting me open up, but then I still got to do the show with her. So
yeah.
so it's like, what if I sucked so bad that now she wants to fire me
I
both
mean,
times?
that wouldn't be the case because you had Stevie Mackey and who else reach out to you?
Kim
Okay,
Burse
okay. So
is
those are iconic heavy hitter people. So when you get co-signed by one of those people, right? And you're
yeah.
just like and then J Lo, like at that point you're just like you
She
can't you
trusts
can't
she trusts them. Yeah, yeah.
you can't mess up at that point because Stevie Mackey like and Kim like no, they're not gonna just like bring someone they're like somewhat okay with, like they're top tier, and especially J Lo's people because she's been doing this for such a long time.
Yeah.
She surrounds herself with such a team of people that
The
really
best.
inspire her, and that it's kind of like a vice versa thing.
Yeah, everybody knows what they're doing there, so you got to be on it for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely. So I know you said that your relationship with God is really important, but can we talk a little bit about mental health and how do you cater to your mental health while being an artist?
So, I think therapy is very important. I
Mhm.
think that the relationship with God is very important. Having a community is very important. So, just being able to reach out to certain people who may be living what you're living or understanding your journey, and just having people that you can call and rely on. I know that, um, especially in New York, we're not really taught to talk about our problems as men of
Mhm.
color in New York City. That's not really what we do, but this
Yeah.
industry has taught me that I have to break the cycle of of that mindset, right? Because I've seen people who are really talented just kind of go through these stages where they lose their minds,
Mhm.
and I've seen really talented people end up in the streets, end up being on medication because they were in bad situations. So for me, my community is so important. Like I have to call my friends and say, "Yo, this didn't do what I thought it would do," or "This person tried to do this to me," or all
Mhm.
these things. Because if I don't, then I'm dealing with that internally, and I've seen the results of that. So super important. Community, therapy, God, family.
I love
No
that.
order.
Thank you.
God number one,
Yeah.
family number two, everything else, no specific order, but yes.
Thank you so much for your honesty with that. I think mental health is something that, like you said, men of color do not talk about it, right? And it's just like, I think when people can look up and say, oh my gosh, like God and therapy and community and family and all this stuff helps someone like you have the confidence, right? And get through some of the things you get through is really powerful. And I definitely think more artists need to talk openly about it just so then someone could be like, oh my gosh, someone that looks like me
Yeah.
is saying that I should do this, and it's so important to be a mentor to younger people or even people a little bit older than you. That like somebody might be watching this right now, and maybe they never heard you say that, and they're like, you know what? I got to be real honest with myself, and I need to take care of some stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, for sure. If you're watching and you're dealing with anything, please go find the help that you need. You're important. You're necessary, and there are people who love you and are rooting for you. So I think that learning that and understanding that you will do what you have to do to make sure that you're okay, and I think that that's priority because anything else, other things, they come and go, right? But
Yeah.
your stability, your life is so valuable. So we vouch for mental peace, stability, and all the things.
Mm-hmm. Inner peace, inner love. Like people go to the gym and they want to look a certain way, like they wear certain clothes, right? But they also need to deal with the stuff that's going on in their head because you
Yeah,
never know. You just don't know.
yeah. And you don't know who's dealing with what, right? So you'll see people and
Exactly.
you'll be like, oh, that person is thriving and is doing amazing, and you just never know what they're dealing with and what they're thinking about. So just being cognizant of that and creating also an open space for people to feel like they can come to you in community, I think that's also pivotal.
Yeah. Yeah. And just having open dialogue because I mean, it's just a conversation and like, hey, then you get a little bit closer to someone, right? Like, I sometimes do that with my friends where they'll tell me something and I'll tell them something, but it wouldn't normally come up if we didn't have a conversation about it. You know what I mean?
Literally,
Yeah.
literally, literally.
Cool. So, Ayden, it's getting to be that time.
Okay.
So can you tell the beautiful people right now watching where they can find you, how they can support you, what you have coming up?
Yes. So the EP for what it's worth is out now. It's on all streaming platforms. Please, you guys follow me on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook. I'm all over the place, right? So it's Ayden Music, Ayden Music. And you guys can follow the journey there. I'll be posting shows. I'll be posting more music that's to come. There's a Christmas EP. There's videos that are dropping. So I'm excited. There's a lot. There's a lot coming. So please follow so that you know what's coming and you can support it if you like what you've heard. And if you don't, just follow me anyways.
Just follow them.
I want you.
Just follow Ayden. Wait, so there's a
Yes.
Christmas EP
There's a Christmas EP. I dropped one last year.
coming?
This
Okay.
is going to be the extended version of that.
Amazing.
So we're doing more records for that. And I'm excited because, Christmas is actually my favorite holiday. So
Really?
we get to be in community and family to
Yeah.
give the children some gifts and just eat a lot of food. That's my excuse to just overeat. So so Christmas, Mariah Carey, you got to give me a break, sis. Like, come on now, we gotta
Yes.
let me.
She's always doing these Christmas shows, and it's like, hey, do you need an opener? We
Yeah,
know
like,
someone.
come on.
You're
The
already
no,
wearing red.
I'm already Mariah.
You're ready. You are ready. Where is she?
Mariah, you're New York City too, Mariah. If you see me,
Exactly.
come
Guys,
on.
if you know Mariah, hook this up. Mariah usually does a show at MSG, or I
Yes,
think
she
she does a
does.
couple shows at MSG during
Yes,
December.
yes, she does. We need. I feel like you could make this happen, Ashley.
You think I know her?
I think you do. I think you do.
You want to know what I believe in? manifestation. So I believe in saying things out loud. I've actually put some people in some very interesting positions on this show where someone will say something and I go, "Well, you should work with them." And then the person's like, "I should work with them." And I'm like, "You should. They already co-signed for you." So it's like it's one of those things where you already have the co-sign. Plus, I mean, just based off of the people that have already co-signed for you, I mean, it just makes sense.
I think so. I think we need Mariah. If you're listening, if you're watching, I love you.
Yes.
You are literally, definitely one of the goats. And we need to open up for this Christmas show that you do at MSG. I think I belong there. Let's get it.
We
We belong together, Mariah.
we belong together, and Ayden loves Christmas, and he's already
There we
dressed.
go. There we go.
He is already dressed. So, what do you think of the Anderson Paak Mariah Carey song?
I, so I like the song. I like the project overall. There's a different side of Mariah now that we're gonna see in her evolution and
Yeah.
what she's doing musically. I think is always so cool because Mariah is somebody who she's just so smart and she's so gifted that I think that every time she steps out and does something, it's always gonna be magical, right? So I've
Yeah.
been diving into it, but just kind of listening to like the wave that she's riding now is super cool and seeing
Mm-hmm.
that she's able to do that because most people probably from her generation are thinking I'm gonna stay and do what I used to do, but Mariah's always evolving, so I love that. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember when she first got with Anderson Paak, and
yeah,
I was like, I hope they continue this. And also because Anderson Paak is already a goat at what he does, I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
if he starts working with her, it's a whole nother game.
It's a whole vibe.
Yeah, because I mean, Anderson Paak, Silk Sonic, right? Like, just, I mean, even when he did the Super Bowl, right? When he did the Super
So
Bowl and he
cool.
was on drums, and I was
Yeah,
like, oh my God, there's Anderson Paak up there.
yeah, yeah. He's just one of the coolest guys. So just seeing that, like, and of course Mariah already is like, she got her cool. So putting them together is always gonna be magic.
Definitely, definitely. So, guys, we're getting towards the end of the show. I know there's a couple people in here. Guys, if you have questions, put them in the comments because I think Ayden's open to them, right? Like you're open to some questions?
Let's talk to everybody. What's up? I
Let's
don't
talk
see
to
the
them.
person. I don't see the people here. I don't have the
Oh, you don't
access to
see them?
that
Okay.
because
So I see the comments on my end. It might just be because I'm not sure why you don't
because
see them.
you're the goat. Like this is
Yeah.
yours. So it's like
Yeah. I was the one that pressed play. So
no, 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 no. But yeah, if you're here, I don't see you. I don't see the questions. But if you have any questions, I think Ashley will bring them to me. Right?
I will definitely give a good question if anybody in the chat has questions about anything for Ayden because he told me earlier everything he could talk about anything. So
Yeah,
Edwin says, "Where are the visuals?"
the visuals. Why do I feel like, what's so funny when I hear? I don't know if you were in tune with the internet moment that Beyonce was having about the visuals, where everybody kept asking her for the visuals for the last album.
Hmm.
Um, the visuals are coming. They're really coming. It's not like I can't do what she does. So it's like she's a goat. So she can just say I'm not putting them out. But I actually shot some visuals. Really excited about them. They'll be out throughout the year. Because I shot multiple visuals for different songs on the EP, and then I'm
Hmm.
really excited about one video that's I think is going to change the game.
Yeah.
But we don't have a date for that yet.
So, do we know when it's coming?
We might have to wait till next year. Really.
Oh, oh. Well, hey, I was talking to someone earlier. I was like, I don't know how we're in October already, but it's going to be January before we know it. So it's not that far away.
Yeah, and then with the intent of putting out more music. So there's a lot coming and it's coming really fast. So
Yeah.
you guys, thank you guys for being patient with me because I was saying music was coming for like the last 15 years on my Instagram. I've been telling people music was coming and coming and coming. So now that it's finally here,
Yeah.
I prepared it so that it's consistent and that you'll always have music from Aiden and visuals and different things. But the visuals will be spread out throughout the rest of this year. And then the one I'm most excited about is coming in 2026.
2026. Hold on, there's another question. Any collabs we may see in the future?
Yes, of course. So of course I want to collab with some of my friends who are extremely talented. Those are my favorite collabs. That's what I'm most excited about. But then I've had conversations with people that you guys know that I'm a fan of, that all of you are probably fans of, and they're watching and they're rooting, and we're waiting for the right songs to decide on who I should have on what. But those things are coming. They're coming, and
Love that.
you're gonna be really. I think everybody will be really surprised and really happy with what it is that we planted.
Yeah, well, we're so excited to be on this journey with you. And Ayden, as I said, we're approaching that hour mark. So, do you have any final words for the room?
Yes. I love you guys. Follow Aiden. Um, thank you for being thank you for being here. If you're not here and you see this later, I just appreciate all of the support. I feel the love is overwhelmingly beautiful and heartwarming, and I've worked really hard for this moment, and I'm just so happy to feel your embrace. And I'm just looking forward to continuing this journey with you guys. So thank you for taking the time to be here. Ashley, I love you. And yeah, more to come.
Wonderful. So, Ayden, that's pretty much the
Yeah,
show. I'm so grateful to have you in this space with me, sending you so much love and massive congrats on this EP. It's so good. And like I said, we were trying to get this in the books for many months. So I'm really
yeah,
appreciative of your team, of your time, and thank you for being so honest and forthcoming. I think just about the vulnerability that you have within your album, but also when it comes to mental health, just because there's so many people out there that need to hear it,
yeah.
and we need to be reminded of this. You know what I mean?
Yes, beautiful, beautiful show. Thank you for having me. Thank you for making it a point to highlight that and to really encourage people to get the help that they need. And thank you for streaming the record. Thank you for just being part of the journey. I hope to see you at the show. I'm planning it. I'll send you a personal invite.
Let's do it. So, do we have any shows coming up? Someone in the
So
chat just asked.
yes, I'm going to be announcing shows on the Instagram. So
Okay,
when the shows are lined up, I'll make sure that you guys know. Just please follow me so that you're aware of everything going on. But yes, we're working on some things, shows that I'm a part of, and then we're building a big show around the EP. So
amazing, amazing, guys. That's all the time that we have, Ayden. So very appreciative of your time. Stream the new EP. It's only been out for what, 2, 3 weeks at this point?
yeah, September 19th it drops.
September
So
19th. We're what? What's it? What's the date today? The 7th? The 8th? I don't even know.
yeah, I don't know what today is. I just
I don't know what it is either, but it hasn't even been a month.
it hasn't been a month, so you guys have time to run up those streams. Yes.
Yes, of course. So, guys, if you're new here, I'm Ashley Live. This is Vibe with Ashley Live. Like this video, give me a follow. And if you're new to Ayden, follow him on all streaming platforms. Listen to the new EP. And if you're in New York, catch him at the next show.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you,
Thanks so
Ashley.
much, guys. Have a great night. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.